Are you searching for where you can find the latest news and breaking news today for U.S., world, weather, entertainment, politics, and health? Visit us at www.thenubiannews.com. The Nubian News, loving the Black perspective.
Hello, I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia. Good evening. Each week here on our show, On the Case, we interview people of interest in the Trenton community. Right now is in the Trenton community, but as we go along, we're going to broaden it out to not only Trenton, but also Mercer County, the state of New Jersey, and nationally, since we can get everybody on here on a streamline from their own home or their own phones, wherever they are in the world. So that's what we do here. Tonight, we have two very special guests. One, Merkle Cherry, who is running for the council seat from the North Ward. Okay. And the other brother is Clifton Anderson, who is running for council at large for the city of Trenton. So this evening should be quite interesting. We're going to start off with Merkle, who just got in the studio. So Merkle Cherry, come on here.
This is actually a part of my mission.
What's up,
Good
brother?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing
sir?
great. How are you doing?
I am doing well, and I want to apologize for being a little tardy. I just had a commitment that I'm still wrapping up, but I wanted to get to you and meet my commitment to you.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. And I'm sure the citizens of Trenton and vicinity will also appreciate that, hearing from you. Okay, it's been a while since you were in the public eye, isn't it? Well, I tell you what. First off, why don't you tell us something about who Merkle Cherry is, so people understand who they may be voting for?
I am Merkle Cherry, and I doubt that you're going to meet anybody else with that name. I've lived in this city for over 40 years now. I've raised two young men here in the city. I love Trenton. I want to be the voice of the people in the North Ward. I think I bring a myriad of different experiences from the banking industry, from the educational arena, as a public works director, and now as the COO of the Henry J. Austin Health Center. So over 30 years of administrative experience, very involved in the city in many ways, raised the family here, and have been, and I don't plan on going anywhere, because I know we're heading toward the city of Trenton being the satellite and the capital city that we can be.
Now you talk about us becoming the center of I always say Trenton is the center of it all. Okay, well, if you go from Boston down to Richmond, Virginia, Trenton is right there in the center, and you're talking about something like 50 million people, and Trenton is the center of it. But Trenton has been treated like putting a diamond to cover a hole in a broken screen. How do you see Trenton becoming the flourishing flower that it really can be?
By us, and I say us, we as residents, demanding and working toward getting the types of resources, the attention.
How are we going to get those resources?
We work together, and that means, because there are resources there, but we have to stay engaged and be involved. I think sometimes as residents, because we've been disappointed and disillusioned and discombobulated and all those disses, we want to withdraw from the process. And in fact, if you really want to have positive outcomes, you need to be more involved. Right now, we have participation rates. We have 40 plus thousand registered voters, and we come out, a good turnout is considered maybe 7,000 voters. If that would change, we could change things immediately, because I'm telling you that it is very important for a residential involvement. I plan to work on that. That will be a priority for me. I will be the voice of the residents in the North Ward and ultimately of the city. And I will walk with you. I will march with you. I will talk with you. I will do all those things that are important to ensure that the voices of the people in the North Ward are heard.
I tell you what, now I'm going to hold you to that next Juneteenth, because we're planning on having a parade and we want you to march in it. Matter of fact, you used to march in a parade when we had it back in the 90s, right?
Back in the 90s?
Yeah.
I've marched in many parades.
You were one of the prime contributors back in when you were head of Recreation Natural Resources for getting our parade off the ground.
I was involved as a part of the Department of Recreation Natural Resources.
Yes, you were. And hey, thank you, brother. We appreciate that. We really do appreciate that. Now you were saying that the citizens, the residents, only 7,000 come out to vote. How does more people improve our chances? I mean, I don't understand that process.
Because the elected officials listen when there are many and loud vocal voices. That's how it improves our chances. That's how it makes us more successful in achieving some of the outcomes we want to achieve.
Now you saying that they don't do their job if we don't come out louder? I mean, that's their job. Once we put them in office, that's their job to do anyway, isn't it?
It should be their job once they're in office, but sometimes you need a little kick in the pants. Sometimes you need to understand that people are holding you accountable. And that won't be me as a representative, by the way, because you will see me. You see me now out canvassing and talking to the community. I will do the same thing once I'm elected. But sometimes we have to let the people who have the power, the people who are making decisions for us, people who are that we put in the seats and who are representing us as constituents, we have to let them know that, hey, we understand that you're there. Here are our concerns. You're supposed to be our voice. Then let's take that back and work with administration and get some sound policies and processes in place.
What policies and processes are you talking
I'm sorry, I just got a little emergency. I'll step away, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay. Well, that's Merkle Cherry, who's going right now. I wanted to find out, everybody talks about, Trenton improving, and a lot of people talk about, we have to have a greater voter turnout. I don't understand all that. My thing is, if you get voted in with 7,000 people or 40,000 people, you're still in office to do a job. So what's the problem with doing it? And from what I've seen, regardless who's been in office for the past 40, 50 years, they haven't done the job because Trenton has just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. So, I'm really interested in what Merkle means when he says, we got to get more turnout. I don't know what that what that is talking about. While we have I think he's back. Let me bring him back in. Okay. All right. You're back. Okay. Everything turned out all right?
We'll get there, but I wanted to answer your question.
Go ahead.
One of the reasons in this system that we have is that we have people who are electing the leaders for their respective communities is that also gives you a very vital voice in what's happening. And you're right that when you're put in a position, there are some expectations, but for any of us who've been involved, even in the workplace or as an employer or as an employee, sometimes you need a reminder of what those expectations are. And I believe the more of us who participate, the more of us who let those individuals know what our expectations are and what our concerns are, the greater the chances are that they will be addressed.
Okay. Okay. Now, you have a lot of experience and expertise. Like you say, you were department chair during, what was it, Commerce Administration? Okay.
I was department head during that time. Yes.
Okay, and you have extensive administrative and executive experience. How come North Ward Council instead of running for mayor?
I think I've lived in as you know, district lines change, but I've lived in the same place for 40 years now. I think I can be more effective as a voice in the North Ward. The North Ward is going to be, it's one of the largest wards in the city geographically, with all of the redistricting. It extends all the way down to the Delaware River now, practically. The most of the economic activities are going to be initiated in the North Ward. I believe that the North Ward is going to be the economic engine that will drive the city. And with that, and I also believe that the North Ward has some of the strongest and smartest people in the city. But with that,
now you might get an argument there, but go ahead.
I'm sure I would get an argument. I live in the North Ward, so. And with that, I just think I have a greater opportunity to have a more immediate impact as the council person in the North Ward.
Okay, so what are your immediate goals once you get to be North Ward Council?
To work with the residents, first of all, to make sure that the residents are included in every decision that I'm a part of, and to address the things that are specific to their communities and their neighborhoods. Because the North Ward is so large, there are different communities, different neighborhoods, and there are some challenges that are common, but there are also some neighborhood specific challenges that need to be addressed. And the only way you know that is by talking to the people and including them in the process. You don't bring the design after it's done. You have those individuals be a part of that design. So we understand that public safety and employment and affordable housing and opportunities for home ownership, opportunities to develop businesses and be a part of that, and especially small businesses. Those things are important. We understand that there are some things that systematically can be a wall for some individuals in our city. And we want to work with everyone, including the administration and other council people, and more importantly, the residents, to help find creative ways to address those things. First, to know specifically what they are, because if you're tackling the wrong problem, then you're wasting your time. You want to know that what you're addressing and you're targeting is what the people in the community are looking for and what they're interested in seeing happen.
Okay. Again, let me say, now you talk about developing creative ways of improving the community. What ways would you propose to do that?
Well, one of the things that I would do is not be so arrogant as to think I'm the only one who could do that, or that I could do that by myself. So the most important thing as a council person, in my opinion, is to make sure that you're hearing and listening to and taking the information from the constituency which you are serving, going back, working with the administration, and developing sound strategic policies and ordinances to address those. And they're experts in different areas, because I've mentioned several things that are challenges that we know we have in the city. Those things it's important to make sure that you're involving the right people and stakeholders in those decisions. And the most important stakeholders and people that you should be listening to are the residents. And the residents in the North Ward, they have an important voice. And I want to hear those voices. And then I'm going to go back and say, I want you to come with me. Come with me and help me change some of the things and do some of the things that you're saying are important in your particular neighborhood.
Okay, let me switch up a little bit. You know, they say that St. Francis Hospital is going to be closed down. Now, we already lost Mercer Hospital. Trenton used to have 3 hospitals in this city for our 85,000 residents. If St. Francis closes, how is Austin prepared to close some of that gap there?
So I will tell you, at Henry J. Austin, St. Francis is a hospital. We are an ambulatory healthcare facility, and we do many things. We offer a variety of services, and dental care, pediatrics care, podiatry care. We have our own pharmacy. We do women's health. So we offer an awful lot of services, but we're not a hospital. And we've been collaborating with community agencies, the schools, faith-based agencies for years to try and creatively get services to the public. And we continue to do that. We provide transportation for individuals if they need to get to our services. I'd like to say, and we don't let you sleep at the facility, and we don't do any surgery, so we don't cut anybody. But for the most part, we provide a wide variety of healthcare services, and we've done it in a way where we're making them as accessible to the public as possible. We use our mobile health unit. We're going to be out this Sunday involved in a program. We just work with the different groups and organizations in the community to ensure that they have as much access to healthcare services as possible.
Well, do you
anyone
think
can
that,
access our services.
Do you think that having only one hospital in town is enough?
This is what I will say, that St. Francis, what they're saying is the imminent closing of that hospital, I just think is awful for the residents in the city of Trenton. And the reason I believe that is no one has talked to us. No one has sat down and told us what's going to happen. No one, to my knowledge, has actually heard the specific concerns of the residents who are going to be impacted. And maybe if someone did, they could address those concerns in a way that people would feel comfortable. We're already underserved as a population here in the city in terms of the provision of healthcare services. There needs to be that's part in some ways of the disrespect that's shown to city residents, that we're going to have a significant major decision like this, closing a healthcare facility, without a real outreach and conversation and communication with the people in the city.
Now, one thing that, couple things that will happen because of that is St. Francis serves our large Latinx population, and they specialize in Spanish speaking. Also, St. Francis is a heart center. So we're not just losing a general hospital, we're losing a rather specific hospital when we talk about heart care, and we're also losing a community partner when you speak about our Latinx population, who will then have to go out to like Princeton and Hopewell, where they're not concentrating so much on our Spanish speaking people. As a council person, what are you prepared to do to change this, to challenge this?
Our center from 1 to 4 this Saturday.
I want to be sure that I'm answering the right question. So there's quite a bit in there. Can you just repeat that for me? And I apologize.
The main question is, what are you prepared to do to challenge the closing of St. Francis Hospital?
I'm prepared to work with the groups and individuals who are challenging that. I'm prepared to make that a very difficult thing and in an aggressive way. I'm prepared to demand that the individuals who are making this decision talk to the residents in the city about how their concerns from a healthcare perspective are going to be met, if there are gaps left because St. Francis is no longer there. There may be creative ways to deal with this, but until there's a conversation, until they know, till I feel comfortable as a resident in the city of Trenton, that, all right, if I have a concern about cardiac services, and now that service is no longer located here, what are you going to do to make sure I get there? I want to hear that. I want to hear those things. I want to hear how they're going to address concerns that are raised by the residents in our city.
Okay, let me move on again. Trenton has limited resources. Black people have limited resources. What are you talking about reparations? Are you prepared to put forth a proposal, a recommendation for reparation? Well, first, are you for reparations?
I'm prepared to put forth initiatives that ensure equity and equitable access to resources so people can do what they need to do. I'm prepared to put forth initiatives and be involved in actions where they're not being handed stuff, that individuals have an opportunity to get this piece of the pie, as they describe it, because the pie can be there, but if you don't think you have access to it, then it really means nothing. So that's what I'm prepared to do.
So are you for or against reparations?
I am not against reparations.
Or so are you for it?
I am for equitable
access. But that ship has sailed. Equitable when you have white people with 93.7% of the pie and non-white people with 3% of the pie. Equality is gone.
I said equitable access to, and that's
what I'm talking about.
That might mean a variety of different things, and that means that I will push and I will fight to ensure that people have equitable access to those things.
Okay. On your website, you state that I love Trenton and its people, and I'm concerned about the future of our great city. What exactly concerns you about Trenton's future?
That we are not getting the respect that we deserve as a group of residents in the capital city, and that should change. That there are concerns about the how public safety is performed in the city, and how that needs to change. That our young people need to see a connection between their efforts and outcomes in a positive way. I really believe that we need to make a way for our elderly, our senior citizens, to have access to services that they should have access to and available to them. So those are some of the things that concern me, that if they're not changed, the city's future won't be as robust as it can be.
I see. Our time is coming to an end, and there are a whole bunch of things I'd like to talk with you about. One is education. We have the police. We have the economics. But I want to ask you about that name, man. I want to ask you about that Merkle name. Where did that Merkle name come from?
Well, my grandmother, God rest her soul, it was my father's name, to answer the question directly. But my grandmother, God rest her soul, she died 99 years and 9 months and some days. And she kept promising me, oh, I'm going to tell you one day. I'm going to tell you one day. She never really got to tell me the origin of Merkle Cherry. But so I don't know exactly where it came from, but I consider it to be a part of my uniqueness.
It's unique, brother. It's very, very unique. Okay. Now you say you have you're married, right?
I am.
Okay. You have two sons.
2 sons.
Okay. Are they in Trenton? Or are they grown? Or are they still small? Or what?
They're grown. They're adults now. They one lives in the city, and one I'm in Trenton. When I say the city, I'm referencing Trenton, not that other place up in New York. But and the other one actually lives in Brooklyn.
Okay, so he's in the city.
Right. in that smaller city.
Yeah, there you go. Doesn't have quite as much heart as Trenton does, right?
I love Trenton. I told you, my kids they grew up here. They they are Trentonians, and I know that I've only been here over 40 years. So to some of the audience, and you might think that makes me a newcomer, but I was told by gentleman, bless his soul, rest his soul, Dion Clark, that I could vicariously be a member because my kids were born and raised here.
There you go. See, that's how we work. Okay. All right, brother. It's been good speaking with you. We wish you great opportunities out there as you're running for North Ward Council. You have some tremendous people running with you up there. You have Divine, and you got Algernon, and I forget the other one. But anyway, you got some great people running with you up there. Okay.
It's always good to have
yes, it is,
that are positive. So whichever piece of the fruit you pluck from the tree, you'll get something good and positive.
That's right. Well, Merkle, we appreciate having you. It's good to see you again, and good luck out there.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a
You're
great
welcome. All righty. Bye-bye. Oh man, that was great, man. First time I met Merkle, I heard that name Merkle. I said, Merkle, what's Merkle? But I found out that through the years, Merkle's a good brother. So he's somebody who can help. Hopefully, all right. I want to say that we've brought on quite a few people running for office this time in here in Trenton, and we've reached out to everybody. We've sent emails, we've made telephone calls to everyone, and those who you see or will see in the coming weeks are those who responded. The ones you don't see aren't here, not because we don't want them, but because for some reason or other they decided that they didn't want us. Okay, so don't get in a pickle about whether we are being discriminatory in who we invite to the show. We invited everybody, and along that lines, we have a brother coming in right now. His name is Clifton Anderson, and he's running for council-at-large. So without any further ado, let me bring on Mr. Anderson. Brother Anderson. Uh-oh. I don't know where he is. Hello? Hello? Well, we don't seem to have Clifford Anderson anymore. He was here earlier. Don't know what happened to him. Okay? But anyway, man, I wanted to talk to him because he said that he was from Plainsfield and that the Funkadelics, along with Bootsy Collins, were also from Plainfield, and I wanted to talk with him about that. Oh, there he is. I think he's back now. I think he's back. Here he comes. Let's bring him on. There he is, Brother Anderson. How you doing?
Very well, very well, very well, my brother. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really great. I
Well,
was telling people that you were telling me earlier that you were from Plainfield and that's where the Funkadelics were from, Bootsy Collins and all. And I wanted to find out a little bit more of that before we get into this politics. Tell me a little more about growing up around the Funkadelics.
well, growing up around the Funkadelics, it was more like a pride. You feel like the brotherhood was, they really instilled pride in us as young Black families. We want to grow up to be just like them. And when I had the chance, we had an award ceremony at the Strand Movie Theater where we awarded them for their outstanding contribution to our community. And, that was great. Great. So, it was a good thing. You could identify with them because wherever you go, you'll be like, I'm from Plainfield, and they're like Funkadelics, And then, I moved to Trenton here over 15 years ago, and coming to Trenton it was a great Trenton.
There it is.
The great Trenton. This Trenton was the capital of the United States for 2 times, and the capital of New Jersey.
That's right.
It is the bad Trenton.
That's right. City of the big
Now, and I came down here and, I opened a business at the old Zuki's Bar and Grill. I purchased the Zuki's Bar and Grill, and we opened our business there. And I hired over 50, African-American workers that worked with me in that establishment. And it is, it was a little heartbroken to see that we as a people have not established program for our people. Our people look towards others for employment for almost everything after so many years. And that really bothers me a little bit. You know, I established a program where we honor and pay tribute to our pioneers and leaders, those African American brothers who have done a decade of service in our community. And we established that so we can inspire the young people that they can be like them too. We get their biography and we pass it on to the young people. We have honored over 100 pioneers, and we gave out over 50 scholarship to young people who is going into higher learning. And so we've been doing our part. You know, I'm also, I serve as the secretary as Fathers and Men United for a Better Trenton. You know Fathers and Men, right?
Yes, I do.
I work with the brothers there. And I'm also, you know, it's amazing. I used to go to every Christmas. I put on my Santa suit and I go to Dolly Holmes and Roger Gordon to play Santa Claus for the kids.
Oh,
It's amazing that, you know, 3-4 years ago, I was appointed on the Board of Commissioners, and I become the chairman of the board. And I've been the chairman for 4 years now. The Board of Commissioners for the Housing Authority.
right.
You know, we navigate, we serve, I oversee over 11 housing authority development, and we provide affordable, we serve over 1,700 families in the city here. And we provide homes for over 3,000 residents. And I've been doing that for the last 3 years. I've been the chairman of the board.
It's changed quite a bit.
It has changed because we worked on the changes. I was influential in naming the Turner's Point of Senator Turner. And that was my fight and it was my initiative. I'm the one who spoke to Senator Turner, and I told her, listen, you fought for us. Let me fight for you this time. And she was like, Mr. Anderson, if you think you can win that fight, go ahead. I said, let me fight. And I won the fight. It's named after Senator Turner. And I believe that we should give her roses while she's alive. And we gave her roses, and it was a beautiful ceremony there. You know, I believe that as the chairman of the board for 3 years, 3.5 years, going on 4 years, I've been the chairman of the board. I believe my board is basically like the city council and the mayor. My director is more like the mayor. I call my director mayor. You know, Jelani Garrett. You know, I call him Mr. Mayor. How are you? And the director takes care of day-to-day affair. We sit down, we talk to each other very often, and if anything new comes up, he'll call me and say, Chairman, what do you think about that? And then we spoke about it, and then, you know, he go ahead and he do his thing.
So
I discuss it with my commissioners.
What's coming up for the Trenton Housing Authority? I mean, what new? I mean, like we have the Turner Village.
Well, we were in the process of putting together Dolly Homes to make Dolly Homes the same thing like Turner Point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're in the process of transforming the North Trenton, you know, building over 500 homes. But we have a little hiccups because of the changes in the administration.
What's that? What do you mean by that?
Because the new administration was coming in, I kind of feel like, you know, because of, based on my understanding, is the changes of the new administration, the old administration, they didn't really sign off on certain things. So certain documentation. So we are going back to the drawing board to execute this great plan that we have to provide over 500 homes in North Trenton and to do that new project that we have for North Trenton. So that is what we're working on right now. So to do Junior 1 and Dolly Homes, we're planning to, you know, move the resident out of Dolly Homes, and then they will get first franchise to come back when we put in all these new condominiums and new homes there.
Okay, now you've had some people in Donley Homes have been there for many, many years. Are you getting any resistance, or are they looking to?
There won't be much resistance, because what we're gonna do is a process. We're gonna take them and put them in a home, but they will also have first franchise to come back to new homes. And as you know, most of these homes has been here for several decades, and it's time for them to go. You know, we can't really keep maintaining and preserving these things they're obsolete.
Right.
So we need to get rid of them, and that's the process that we're going through now to, demolish all of these homes. But we're trying to get more properties so we can, do a more feasible program to take more homes, do block by block, take down the block, and make a brand new North Trenton. Actually, we want to work on the old Trenton, because, it may sound funny, but one of my plans is, my question to most of the developers was, are you making any plans for the streets in Trenton or transportation in Trenton? And the vision for Trenton should be more like a 31st century vision, because this is the capital of New Jersey. And we need to make an example. This is actually not even Trenton. This is the United States of America. And we can make it one of the best part of the United States of America.
Is that your plan?
That's the plan. The plan is to get affordable homes in Trenton, and we want high income salary, so the resident can get real good salary, makes a lot of money, and they have affordable homes with affordable rentals. So they can have, affordable rent and keep most of their money in their pockets.
Okay. Now, talk about Junior One. I'm understanding that the Housing Authority is going to buy that and transform that? Yes,
we are planning to transform that into more like a senior center, and apartments in there for the seniors.
The whole building?
The whole building, we're going to transform that. But it's all of that.
With the pool?
Well, we planned it, that was in the planning. The pool and recreation and all of that will be on the first floor. So,
I am a senior. I might need a good place like that to live.
Well, we don't know. This is the reason why we have to do great things, because you don't know where you're going to be. And as I stated to my mayor, my ED, I say, you don't know where you're going to be. I don't know where I'm going to be 20 years from now. I might end up back right here. So I want to make sure that I make it good enough for me. So these buildings are going to be, satisfactory enough for anybody and anyone to be proud to live in. I believe that a lot of these buildings in Trenton needs to be revamped, be knocked down and rebuilt. We need to build a new Trenton for the new generation. We need to whatever we have to do, we need to have the best security. We need to have the best education, and we need to have the most modern building in Trenton. So we need, my goal is to sit down just like I sit with my director and speak with the mayor, whoever the mayor is, so we can come up with ideas so we can start competing. Yes, it's a competition. We want to be the best city in the United States.
You know what? I think you're the first person that's come on here that said they want Trenton to be the best, and that's always been my want, Okay, but on city council, how do you get for Trenton from where it is to where we want it to be? I mean, resources we don't have. Okay, it seems to me that we don't even have brain power anymore. I don't hear many innovative thinkers anymore.
Well, resources we do have,
Okay,
and if we think we don't have it, we don't have it. But if we think we do have it, we have it. This
Okay.
is the United States of America, as I said, not Trenton.
Where are you from?
Where I'm from?
I hear an accent.
Well, I was born in Jamaica.
Jamaica. Okay, go ahead.
You know, but this is a part of the United States of America. This is not Trenton. And so all the resources of the United States, we have access to it. We just need leaders who can negotiate for Trenton. Just like the great ones back in the days who negotiated for Trenton to become the capital of the United States 2 times. We can negotiate for any resource for Trenton if we find the great ones to do so. So we need to develop great minds to negotiate for Trenton. And we can do it. Yes, we can. If we put our heads together and we put our hearts together, there's impossible is nothing. And yes, I'm for Trenton. I can't believe that Trenton was the capital of America 2 times in December, in November and December, and they don't even have a program. Can't even believe that, because we have sleeping giants here. And we need to wake up the giant. And wait
a minute. How come you running for council at large instead of for mayor of the city of Trenton? Yeah, I'm talking about because we need a leader. We need somebody with a vision, somebody who really believes, not only in the brick and mortar of Trenton, but in the people of Trenton. How come you're not gonna be mayor?
Well, look at it this way. I believe that, I came in, I think I'm the last one into the race. And I believe that the
last shall be first. Didn't somebody say that?
God has chosen me to enter this race to be counsel for his people.
Okay.
And I'm here to really do what is right for this city and this people and the people of this city. And they have been in this situation for too long. A change is a must. We must make a change. And if it is up to me, and if it is my hope that I can speak with the other leaders or the other councilors, so we can lay a foundation for the future generation of Trentonians here. So 100 years from now, we can speak about this administration like we spoke of those administration that laid those foundations for us, making Trenton the capital of the United States. So yes, it is a great city. It is one of the greatest cities in these United States. But yes, we need those visionaries. We are the United States of America, and we get what we want. And we can get what we want if we fight for it. If we've won it, we can fight for it and we can get it. We will go to Timbuktu to get the leaders, the best teachers, and bring them to Trenton.
Okay.
The best builders, we can go there and get them.
Okay. Let me ask you about reparations. Okay. We're talking about resources. Do you believe that we should have reparations? Black folks should have reparations.
Reparations must be given to anyone who, when a person is been used or misused, reparation it's more like you would say it's more like a pension. They should get reparation, but they should also be taught that, listen, I'm going to give you reparation, but I can't give you reparation so you can waste it now. I'm going to teach you how to use these reparations to develop your humanistic characteristics so you can be a good contributor to humanity. Do you understand? Because you can't just give. It's like giving kids an old bucket of candy and saying that, oh, we didn't give them enough candy when they were young. Now they're gonna eat it all. But if you teach them that, yeah, this candy is all yours, but you can eat one at a time, or you can sell it back and you can, do a business with it. Like my kids, my son used to, and Thanksgiving, Halloween, he picks up all his candy and then he takes it to school and sell it. and so he got reparation, but what do you do with reparation? Do you understand? So I'm for reparation, but how do we train our people to take this reparation and make it into something?
Okay. Would you be willing to propose a resolution on city council?
I'll be willing to propose any resolution that will help to enhance humanity, to help to develop any humanistic characteristics, any undeveloped human being, any wrong that is done to humanity. I'm willing to propose any assistance that is necessary to help them to get back on their feet so they can be better contributors to humanity.
Okay, now you're running for council at large.
Yes,
so
sir.
You're dealing with the entire city.
Yes, sir.
As you look out along that landscape, do you see any part of the city, any glaring part that needs to be addressed first?
Downtown. We need a new city.
We
need a new city.
Okay.
So we need a new city so we can call ourselves a city.
Okay.
And we can have a new city without new administration, with people, with new leaders, not leaders who making empty promises with no desire to fulfill them. We need leaders who really have our best interests at heart. Those are the kind of leaders we need. And so if you're not for Trenton, back up. Whatever you're here for, you need to think before you come up in this race, because this is a new time. It's a new time for this new city. Trenton is coming back. And we don't need no mercenaries around here.
Okay. Okay. Now you're a member of the Masons. And
yes, sir.
You're with the Order of the Eastern Stars.
Yeah, I'm the district master for the Masons for District 10.
Are you really?
Yes, sir. And our objective is to help make a good man better, make a good woman better.
Okay.
Wherever we go, we leave it better than the way we see it when we get there.
I see. I see.
Now, when we leave Trenton, it will be better than the way we came in.
Very good. Very good. Because now are you downtown on Bellevue, or are you out in Hamilton, or up?
No, my business is I'm the owner of the old Trenton Brakes.
Okay.
On the boulevard.
Okay.
That building there is my building. I own that. That's my office. That's where my campaign office is.
Okay.
And that's where we go. That's where we Trenton Brakes. The old Trenton Brakes, right by JoJo's. The old JoJo's.
Yeah, old JoJo's. Everybody knows what JoJo's is.
That's
every time I ride by there, I said, "Dad, I wish I had a steak sandwich. I would be nice to have a steak sandwich."
Well, you just stop and get a tire when you pass by here, you know.
Come see
But,
you, huh? Now
huh?
your business is Trenton Brakes.
Yeah, Trenton Brakes Auto Repair and Auto Service Center. It's actually a trade name, you know. And we do tires here. You know, we have tire shop right here, and we have a mechanic shop in the back. You know,
Okay.
and you know, I purchased this building. You know, but another thing that really bothers me, you know, the taxes. You know, I got my taxes raised 2 times since I've been here.
And are you getting what you believe is a good worth out of the money that you're paying the city of Trenton?
Nah, I'm paying over $30,000 taxes a year for this place.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to negotiate it, and they said, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but the lady said, "You don't pay, we'll sell your taxes."
Just didn't care. No concern
Nobody cares.
whatsoever.
So yes, we are the people who raise taxes, and we are the people who can decrease taxes. We are the people who create this kind of lifestyle for our people, and we can undo it if we want to do it. We shouldn't be suffering. We should be living comfortable. We need to find a way how to motivate the residents and the citizens of Trenton to be the best at what they can be. Stop pointing fingers. There's no reason for us not to take these people in Trenton and bring them to the highest level of humanity. We are the survivors of this COVID.
Right.
We are the survivor. We are the chosen ones. And we are the leaders of tomorrow. We will tell our children. We will speak of the history of COVID.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to come down to Princeton Avenue, and I'm gonna have to meet you.
Come down Saturday. Saturday, I'm doing my grand opening of my headquarters.
Are you? What time?
Yeah. We start to 1 o'clock, and we're gonna go all the way through the evening.
All right, I'll come down. I'll run down there on Saturday and check you out.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right?
sir.
All right. I think you may be an interesting man to know. Okay? So
Well,
brother, and also the Funkadelic. So I mean,
yeah.
you're not gonna have them down there, are you?
No, I wish I could find them now. I haven't been. I kind of give up my Plainfield community. They call me all the time, and I keep telling them, "Listen, man, I'm in Trenton now." You know, I went up there, and I was the funny thing is, I was up there, and this kid came up to me and like, "Mr. Anderson," and I'm like, "Who is this kid?" And he's like, "Mr. Anderson," and I'm like, "How you doing?" And I was faking it because I didn't remember this kid, right? And then he walked over and like, "Here's my mother." I'm like, "Hi, Ma, how are you doing?" And then he turned around and said, "Ma, this is Mr. Anderson. Remember he gave me a scholarship when I was going to Rutgers?" And he was like, "I graduate, Mr. Anderson. Whatever you're doing in Trenton, let me know.
There you go.
I will be down there to help you."
There we go. And you plant them seeds,
Oh, yeah. Those are sometimes you plant some seed. God allow you to plant some seed, and the benefit is amazing. I was in the parade in Plainfield, and this police officer pulled me over in the parade. I'm like, "What did I do wrong now?" and he came over to me and said, "You remember when you used to give me them dollars for my A's and B's?" And I'm like,
You never
okay.
know. You never know what you're gonna get once you plant that seed.
Yeah,
Well,
I used to,
Brother
you know, I
Anderson,
used to give him,
it's been good talking with you.
yes,
Okay,
sir,
we wish
yes,
you all
sir.
the best of luck. And you, like you say, you're opening up your campaign headquarters on Saturday, right?
Yes,
Saturday
sir.
between 1 and later, right?
We're gonna roll one until.
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
appreciate you. I appreciate you, my brother. God bless you.
All right. You take good care of yourself. Nice
Peace
knowing
and
you.
blessings. Peace and blessings.
All right. Take care. Man, oh man, what a tremendous evening this has been. You know, Merkle Cherry and Clifton Anderson. Merkle running for North Ward Council, Clifton for Council-At-Large. The brother reminded me a little bit, just a little bit, of another brother, Marcus Garvey. You know, because, you know, what Marcus say, hey, you can do it if you want to do it. You know, up, you mighty people. That's the attitude that Brother Anderson seemed to have, that up, you mighty Trenton, you can do it if you will, you know. So hopefully we shall see. Next week we're going to have on the show, I don't know, but we're gonna have somebody next week. Two other candidates. Next week's guest, we're going to have Jennifer Williams, who is also running for North Ward. Well, we got some great people running from North Ward for the North Ward. Jennifer Williams, she's a young lady, and she'll be here next week. And hopefully somebody else, you know, will reach out. And, you know, we haven't heard from a bunch of people. One, we haven't heard from two of the mayoral candidates, present Mayor Gutierrez, and we haven't gotten Robin Vaughn. So hopefully those two will get in touch or do something to let you know what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you and about the city of Trenton, because it's important that you get a feel for people. You know, you instead of everybody comes on here and they say, oh, well, we want to do this and we want to do that and we're going to do that. That's bullshit. You want to engage them and get a feel for them. Like brother Anderson right there. I got a feel for that man. You know, I got a good feel for that man. First time I ever met him. So anyway, next week we're going to have Jennifer Williams on as our guest and hopefully someone else. And I am Kamau Kujichagulia. I am on the case every week, every Thursday at 8 o'clock on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live. And then you can also watch the tape of the show either on YouTube or on Facebook or on the Nubian News. That's www.thenubiannews.com website, where you can see not only this week's podcast, but all of them will be there. So until next week, I am Kamau Kujichagulia. Now I understand why other people try not to say it. I am Kamau Kujichagulia on the case. Good evening.